Hello again YouTubers, it's Dante0 here, back with another PSVita video. Today I want to show you a video of a new app that's just been released on the PlayStation Store today for Europe. It's an application, but it's also a game. It's called Ecolibrium. Okay. The concept behind it is basically to create your own sort of environments with creatures, and basically balance the equilibrium of the environments that you create. So let's get started on this. Now, this is a free app, and it does also support trophies as well. One of the cool things that's got me excited to kind of test this out and get my hands on it is to gain more creatures, which I will show you shortly. The idea behind it is it uses near and GPRS services to basically search out for creatures within the ether, is probably the best way to put it, but basically it will tell you, it's got a little compass, and you can follow that compass and it will tell you to say walk 100 meters north, and then you can pick a creature out of the air randomly. So yeah, it sounds pretty cool. So here we have the planet that you start with, and there's online challenges and basic challenges and so on, but this is your like hub, and you can control it with the back touch screen, and you can rotate, and of course you can use the front touch screen. Now, on this main menu, it tells you what your currency is there, how many points you've acquired so far, and tokens, etc. Here, in the top right corner where I just pressed there, it shows you your ecosystem diary. Okay, and you can scroll through that and you'll see there's challenges, and then there's your standard ecosystem, and there's online challenges, and these will be updated on a regular basis. So press circle to come back out of that. Here's the thing that I mentioned before, which, as you can see, looks like a robot out of Wall-E, but basically it allows you to search for creatures. So if we press X to continue, just to give you some idea, so it brings up this little screen here, and you press on the robot's back. Okay, so it's now telling me if I turn my PS Vita, let me just ignore that for a second. Okay, it's a bit tricky to do because of the way that I'm recording this video, but basically if I get out of my chair and turn round and head in that direction 100 meters, I will find a brand new creature. I actually quite like that idea. It's one of the things that I've wanted to see from the PS Vita, more near integration. It encourages you to take a game and with one of the gameplay mechanics actually get you out and about. For me, you know, that's really what social gaming is about, not, you know, playing Farmville and asking people to help you plant things and stuff to get coins on Facebook, for example, but actually getting out with your gaming device, going and finding things at GPS coordinates or Wi-Fi hotspots, where potentially someone else that has a PS Vita could potentially be going for the same creature as well. And for me, that's one of the reasons, if any, to own a Vita, because if this application game is successful, I would love to see more developers utilising that, and I think it would very much change the way that we actually do mobile gaming. Obviously, it's in its infancy. As time goes on, you know, hopefully we get to see Sony and their first-party developers and third-party publishers utilise that, because, as I say, it is a game-changing feature in that respect if it's utilised properly, which it has been in this app so far. I may one day get someone to record me, and I'll actually take this out and show you how it works outside in the real world, but for now I just want to have a look at the meat and the bones of the game. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go into challenge 1, so you can see there's a little notification there, and it says, right, the challenge here is to achieve the equilibrium required to complete the initial challenge, achieve an equilibrium of 98% and the time limit of 1 day, and I'll get 5,000 eco points if I do that. Now this actually runs in real world time as well, and I'll show you why that is as we play it, because basically when we go into the lab, which we'll show in a minute, so as you can see it's now counting down that I have 24 hours to complete this challenge. Okay, so we can view the objectives. Now here we've got, in the top left corner, this tells us what we've got so far on our little planner section, our little ecosystem. So we press there and it's telling us we've got a carnivore, and we can click on that and it will tell us all the stats of that creature. Press circle. Again we can click on that one. This is all using the touch screen, front touch screen, and as you can see we've got a plant there, and we've also got an artifact. Now all these things do certain things. So for example, with animals in the ecosystem, if you create a herbivore, you've got to have carnivores. For herbivores to survive, they need plants, and plants with moisture, which then obviously the carnivores will eat them, and you get a balanced ecosystem all around. So before I go into the lab bit, which comes back to the time aspect, the 2 shoulder buttons do a very interesting thing, which is why I think this is going to be pretty cool when you're out and about. If you hold either one of them, so let's say we hold the left one, if you can see there, it actually moves the camera. Now if I tilt this way so you guys can still see, it's now moving the image all the way around. So you may have seen those sorts of AR apps. This sort of takes that to another level really, because as you probably noticed, I'm on a wooden desk and there's like a wall here, and it's telling me that I've got a nice planet there. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. Right, let's look up here. Right, so we go into the right hand corner, and this is the lab. Okay, in this top right corner there's like a battery bar. When each action you do causes that to drain, when it's finally run out, you will have to wait in real world time before that really charges up. I'm not quite sure how long it is before charging up, because this is the first time I've done a proper challenge, but there's also some options here as well at the top. So you've got this, which, if we go to it, takes us back and it updates the world, and we go back into challenge 1 there. So it's taken us back and it reminds us of the things we need to do. Okay, so we'll go back into that. Here the little hammer is an auction. Now basically what you can do is, if you unlock a rare species of plant, or you walk around like I was saying before with using the NIR and the GPS, and you find a rare creature in the ether of the Wi-Fi networks and 3G, you can take that creature and you can auction it for points and tokens. The more tokens you get, the more rare species you can unlock through the main menu without having to walk around. However, obviously that detracts from the fun of doing that. Obviously we've got a PlayStation Store icon, which isn't active at the moment because there is nothing to sell. We can go to the eye icon and that will give us the information that we need again, with diaries and so on. and if you press the question mark, there's the help button. Okay, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to go and try and find a herbivore. Right, I know this horse here is a herbivore. So what we do is we click on the little horsey. It'll bring up all its stats. Do I want to buy it? Yes, I would like to buy that. And it's now telling me my species has now gone up. Biodiversity and eco points production will increase, but it does use up, as I say, this battery system. So it's now telling us it's now back in the ecosystem. So now what we can do is we can click on where our animals are. And as you can see, I now have a horsey in there. The question is trying to find him. And as you can see, I've locked the camera there. And as you can see, there's my little horsey. If you click on him, it'll bring up the stats. And I can choose to feed him as well. So if I buy him some hay, and now he's feeding. As you can see, there's my little herbivore guy. My little carnivore guy. And essentially the idea, as they say, is to take an ecosystem, a blank canvas as you will, fill it with animals, plants, artifacts, trees, and balance it all out. Think very much a variation of the EA game that was released a while ago called Spore. It's kind of like that with creating the planets, but obviously you don't create your individual animals at the moment. I do wonder if that could be something they could patch in at a later date to create your own animals and then share them across the network. I think that would be pretty cool. And I'm surprised that this is actually free. This is a free app to do. Obviously you can pay for more rarer creatures, items, trees, that sorts of thing. But to be honest with you, I couldn't tell you if it would be worth doing that sort of thing until I've invested a bit more time into the game. So yeah, that's Equilibrium, and it's pretty fascinating concept. It's only about 300 megs, so it's not going to kill your memory card space, but even 300 meg, I mean, the game looks and runs pretty nice, and all the discovery apps are stuff that I've been sort of shouting in to have really included in other games as well. For example, Zen Pinball 2, which I recently did a video on. Love to see some near utilisation with that, and it just seems that in this Equilibrium they've got the right balance there with putting in those discovery features. So before I finish this video, one thing I'll go and have a quick look at is trophies. As we all know, everybody loves them, especially PS Vita owners. So as you can see, I haven't actually unlocked any trophies in this yet, as I've not really played it too much before doing this video. So as you can see, the trophies we have here is we have a gold trophy, and this is completing 100 online challenges. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 silvers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bronzes. So there's a fair few trophies to add there, to earn there, which is not bad considering it is a free game. So that's our look at Equilibrium. I hope you go to the PlayStation Store and download this little app for your Vitas. It definitely has a lot of potential, and I'd probably highly recommend it just on that potential. And at the wonderful price of free, you can't really argue. So as per usual, obviously any questions, comments or anything like that, please put them on the bottom of this video. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions people might have, as per usual. Across the top of the video are my Facebook and Twitter accounts, so please get in touch with me by them. And of course you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, and please pass it on to any Vita owners or potential Vita owners you might know as well. Yeah, and let's get this channel going. So thanks for watching, take care. I've been Dan T Zero, bye bye.